Hello and welcome back to Rolex Play, where we roll dice and play games. That's right, that's our thing. You've joined us for our weekday campaign of Threads of Chaos. It is session 26. We're racking through these sessions now, and we're in the thick of it today. So after last session, it was quite a cliffhanger, I guess you could say, with some actions that were taken by the party. But I will just summarize now to give you a little recap on where we are. The party have entered the lawless city of Vessel, who has new management, a ruthless dictator authoritarian who has made their way and conquered most of this city and has called it a safe haven. However, that is not true. Everyone here that lives here and kind of follows the more shady dealings of this once lawless city have been under duress, pretty much, as this new guard have put in complete power over them. The party have seen this, tried to get involved, and found themselves leaning into the leader's home, staying the night and being introduced to them directly, as a curious interest from them had kind of caught the eye of the party. Now, with almost on a kind of plateau, on a stalemate with this new leadership, the party is set free to do as they wish in the city. However, before going to bed, Cal, one of the members, decides to try and investigate where their lost bulbous sack of juice had gone. Whatever it was, the thing they found in the forest many, many weeks ago. But upon kind of retracing the steps, they'd found that the jelly bean, that it's been called, had been freed, had escaped into the woods in the Howling Mountains in the very treacherous landscape above. Upon following this lead, they had found Jellybean being captured and taken away, but they were able to intervene, finding out that these people who tried to capture Jellybean were actually some of the guards of the city. For what purpose, it is unsure. But upon trying to run away from these captors, they were confronted and face to face with a very powerful member of the guard, one who was sent to almost kind of watch over them at the very beginning when they entered the city. A fight took place, neither side wanting to really back down from a fight, and intimidation checks failing against them. They had entered into a fight that was one-sided, but it became quite apparent that this guard was stronger than they expected and was able to take on a lot of hits in one final attack, creating this torrent of flame that almost downed most of the party members, leaving them just barely standing. And Olrin was able to deliver the final blow. So that is where we stand now. You guys are on top of the mountain. It is freezing cold. It is about 3 a.m. at this point. Your bodies are exhausted as you are beginning to feel the fatigue of having gone a long day of not just travel from where you first started in Transvalar. It's still the same day as you've just been traveling westward to your final destination. It has been one fucking hell of a day. And in this moment, the wind is howling. It is frigid, cold. Not even snow can settle by how strong the winds are. And you are left here, cut, bloodied, bruised, scorched in some areas, as this now petrified Goliath stands as a statue in front of Olrin, as the spell he cast had caused him to go inert. I leave it to you guys. What is your plan?
Good question.
We don't
He's
think that
gonna fly down to everyone else. How's everyone looking, health-wise?
Cal looks shockingly fine.
Very nearly dead.
Okay, Alicia's gonna probably immediately do another healing word to Olrin.
By the way, Cal, I think you were in the fire as well.
Yeah, he took some fire damage, but not too much.
Oh shit, it's okay.
Damn, max healing again, let's go!
Oh yeah.
Let me just see if I can...
I got roughly third.
I need to see if my cape can do the thing. Is it just
18.
reroll or? Oh yeah, Max. I forgot to tell you, or we
Uh-oh.
forgot. The cloak does protect me from harsh cold and extreme heat.
Oh, well, for you, it's fine. You still take damage. You're not
Yeah,
immune
yeah,
to
I know.
fire.
No,
But
no,
in
no. I
terms
was
of
talking
weather-
about the winds and.
Yeah.
Alicia
There's-
just looks perfectly fine.
There's almost like a bubble around Alicia. There's no like heat or wind is kind of really affecting them. Everyone else like fucking being blasted by a hairdryer at full fucking whack. But Alicia's just standing there, almost like a gentle breeze across their hair.
Oh, this is after a short rest. Never mind.
There was a second god, right, that we killed?
Yes, correct.
What are we gonna do with this guy? Spotty? Like, do we just leave him here?
We could bury him.
I feel like that's going to take too much time.
So then I guess we leave him.
Yeah, he will probably get eaten pretty quickly. There's dangerous shit in these mountains. There was something in that cave. Not cool. Looked very scary.
Well, at least he'll be doing something useful, giving back to the nature. We should probably go down
Max,
now.
quick
You guys
question,
don't look too good.
Yeah. Does Janet look at all interested in the body?
God.
I have to ask. I have to ask.
Not in the Goliath because they have almost been
Yeah,
petrified to stone.
that's-
But you can see the one who was slain earlier. Janet is sniffing around. The body's gone very cold quickly. So there is almost an uninterest in a cold cadaver. But it's still blood.
Cal's just sort of gonna shrug his shoulders at her and be like, yeah, go ahead.
You see she kind of like leans down, sniffs around the leg, and then just begins to tear off the left leg. You hear a snapping sound as the frozen leg just is torn off from the bone and just begins to chomp down on it.
Cal,
Yes.
do you feed it people?
No, not typically.
Let's stop her.
I mean, but it's kind of convenient, isn't it?
No, not really.
If he could tower above you, he would.
There's a little mount, a little
Jumps
hill.
on Alicia's shoulders.
Cal is the tallest member of the party. I really doubt if Tiny Hill is
I
going
love
I will build a ladder.
I love the image of like Olrin just talking over Cal. Cal instinctively looks down, sees a hill, looks up, and there's Olrin just like, I can't believe you're doing this.
Yep, that's very much help.
But consider she has to feed. Right.
On
So
humanoids.
Olrin, if you could roll a charisma check.
What the
Alright.
fuck?
what for?
Okay, never mind.
Has he rolled?
Yeah,
I
he
don't
rolled a
like
nine.
that. I
Max.
don't like
I
that.
know. I saw it.
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Max. What
It's
do you
okay.
mean?
Don't worry, it's okay.
What do you mean?
just-
Never
you just
mind.
failed.
Okay, cool.
You just failed.
Cool.
You don't know what.
Cool.
Okay.
Just failed.
Alright, well, can you maybe stop it from eating and give it something else so it doesn't develop a taste for humanoids and becomes a problem in
Oh.
bigger cities?
No. Yeah, that would be pretty bad. Janet, could you? I know it's probably way too cold for you anyway, right?
Finishes scoffing down this foot, looks to eat the rest, stops, and just kind of like growls slightly in your direction, but stops their action. Janet now kind of goes up to you. Again, Janet is about the size of like a bike. She's quite big. She's not like the most brooding, the most kind of wide or chunky sort of dragon. She's slender, but she's long. She kind of like places herself next to Cal. The warmth of her body is almost resonating and keeping everyone slightly at ease when it comes to this terrain. But there's Jellybean. Jellybean has now walked over to the corpse, and you see this kind of like what looks like the Michelin Man, just like poking at the cadaver with just like a nub of a hand. It kind of like squeaks every so often.
Cal, this applies to all your pets.
Hey, I mean, it doesn't look like a pet, does it?
All of them.
That's it.
Just gonna go over to Jellybean and crouch down next to it so that eye level and just go.
Jellybean is the same size as you.
Oh, I thought. Okay, so.
Jellybean is
gotcha.
medium-sized.
Oh, right. It was just lighter than expected, so that's why I was able to carry it around. Okay.
It's like having full Michelin Man just walking around next to you.
Right.
Or like the
I
Staples
guess just gonna
Master.
stand next to it and be like, "Hi." So you're not allowed to eat that, or instead you're not allowed to eat it if you were going to eat it.
It turns to you, and there's no facial features to determine which way it's looking, but you just see the body shifts in your direction with a slight squeak, and then it just like keeps looking at you.
Right, so we go down the mountain. It's just
It re-
pointing.
It reaches up, hold your hand.
Oh.
Your hand sticks to it like adhesive.
Yeah, Cal's still going, oh. It's holding my hand.
Would I have any idea what the fuck this is?
You can roll a nature check.
Yeah, I'm also very interested at this point.
Go for it.
12.
I've given up
No.
trying to figure out.
That is 3 9s.
Neither of you have a single clue.
Where does he keep finding these things?
Well, this one was in a wood. When we were before the Howling Mountains, after the Howling Mountains, somewhere around the Howling Mountains. So we were on the way to Bedavere. I went into the forest, saw a pretty flower. This fell off it. I picked it up, and then I came back.
Don't bother
And you
questioning
didn't tell anybody?
Well, I told Ulrin after a while.
And why did you lie to me about it?
Because like at that point it had moved sometimes, so I was pretty sure it was alive. And like you were already poking it. What if you poked a bit harder? That would have been pretty bad. So making
Well,
you
if
think
I
it was something
knew it was
attacking
alive,
you.
I wouldn't have.
I mean, you say that now, but at that point I knew you a day. So
Okay. I don't think I gave the impression of someone who would poke at a live thing enough to hurt it. With no good cause, but alright.
no, you don't after knowing you for a while. Would you guys stop sending memes? That is horribly distracting. I swear to God, just stop. No, wait, it gets leveled.
Don't worry. Get back in the scene,
Well, we need to get out of town as quickly as possible.
Yeah, so are we going back into the city where we now have murdered some of their guards, or are we not going back into that city?
Question, was one of the guards we killed the one who I saw doing the sendings?
No.
Shit! Should have killed that I mean, what?
From what you understand the situation, that person was perhaps in cahoots with the Goliath
Yeah.
to keep them up to tabs with what was going on with your whereabouts. If you want, you can roll an investigation check to see if you can find anything on these guards.
Alrighty.
While Robbie does that, Cal's just going to take a look around the mountain, keeping in mind what he saw when we were at Braina's secret hideout, that those tunnels that led into the mountains. Does he have a vague idea of where those would end up in the mountains?
Roll a survival check at advantage.
Mm-hmm.
For Alicio, you find a staff, this kind of like polearm staff, which you had seen being thrown and used by some of the guards here. It is one that can be placed and held in space. So you find one of those that you can pocket with you. It also changes in size. It goes from small to large. It goes to the size of about a dagger, and it can extend outwards into the size of a long polearm. So that is the item that you can find there. As well, located on the Goliath themselves, you see a pair of stones on the side that seem to be almost encrusted into his skin, but you can see they're chiseled with some sort of enchantment on them. They seem loose, as if they can be pulled out, and both of them seem to be sending stones, both with charges left to be used.
Yoink.
Pop them out. They pop out the side. With a 23. With a 23. Just trying to think.
What I've seen, if they have like a similar symbol to the guy, like, do I know which one was for the shady guy we saw before and which one was not?
The enchantment that's on the sending stone, it's dull because you get the sense, I'd say with the 23 investigation, that the Goliath couldn't send any sendings back. He can't communicate outside of these stones, and because that person was informing them of everything that was going on, he never had to use it. It was only if the scenario came up, then he would be able to use it. As well with the 23, what do you have on him? Roll another d20 for me.
Okay. 13.
Okay. You find a satchel that's located just in between the kind of breastplate he has on, which is almost hidden away. You pull it out and you can see that it's also enchanted. Seems to be another bag of holding.
Don't mind if I do. Open it, stick my hand in. Is there anything in there?
So to be able to open the kind of contents inside, you'd have to invert it, and everything would fall out.
All right, well, let's not do that now.
Yeah, that's
I found some
Plot
things
twist.
that could be
It's
useful.
just like half a ton of alchemist's fire.
Ah!
it's a contingency plan.
It's
Okay.
like a piss bottle he carries with him.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, for the road.
Just kidding. There's a bottomless. What the fuck is it called? Bottomless jug for that shit.
Endless decanter
Okay.
of piss.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
My favorite common item, yes. Okay. With a 27 on your survival check, Cal, you know 2 points in these mountains nearby that have tunnels that lead into and down below of the brothel that you used to work at. You never used to use these tunnels yourself. You never really knew of them too well, but you always heard rumors and you always knew that there were deliveries being made, people maybe escorting out, that sort of thing. These memories all come into you now, but there are two located nearby, and you know where one is for certain. But the tunnels themselves, you would understand that there are multiple entrances across the Howling Mountains. So the tunnels themselves could wind into one another and then maybe get lost on the way if you don't know your path. but you're quite good at survival, so you probably find your way to it.
Okay. So we could go back into the city, maybe even unseen. And since we were thinking about getting Morgana out of the city, we could, like, I don't know, we could get Tuco and Richter to meet us at the brothel, and then we can go from here to the brothel, and then we can all leave through the tunnels, right? And no one ever sees us because we were underground the entire time.
The problem with that plan is we'd have at most hours before people start to hunt us. The question I'm asking is, can we afford an enemy party in our back while we try to meddle with demons?
I think perhaps they'll be too occupied to chase after us. They have bigger fish to fry.
I doubt it.
I don't. Look, they have no way of contacting people back. They don't know that we beat them still. And you heard the Goliath. She doesn't even know that he was after us, that he was going to attack us. For all she knows, we're still in the tavern.
Yeah, well, technically it just seemed like we snuck away during the night, which isn't too unheard of.
Except the guards saw us. Did we not? We didn't leave the city stealthily, as you would say.
Yeah, that is a very good point.
We would find out within hours, at most.
Yes, but the information they have is that we went up the mountain. If we go back, get Morgana out and leave, at least they would lose some time looking for us in the mountains before they can catch up to us. I don't think we have any other options. I'm almost out of any resources.
One option, if daring, would be to confront them, not in battle, of course. But we were granted safe passage, and betrayed hours after. Not on her behest, which might give us leverage.
Considering the fact that we also killed some of her men, I don't think she'll be too happy with us.
How about we don't mention that bit?
She'll find out
Except,
soon enough.
as mentioned, she will find out.
I
The
think it's
question
best.
is, if she values a possible alliance with Aiden Hassar over two of her men. Or perhaps she has the resources for revival, even.
That would not play out well for us. If she can revive them, they're going to paint us in a very, 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 very bad light, I think.
Looks at the Goliath guy. So, it does only take... Well, you only have a short window to revive someone. You would need to be a very powerful cleric or mage to fully resurrect them. I don't know if she would use those kind of resources on just some of her guards. Even if the
Certainly
Goliath
not.
seem powerful.
That is assuming this is some of her guards. This one seemed quite formidable. Perhaps worth the
Well,
effort.
The only
All I
other
can
way I
say-
know that it...
All I
Yes.
can say is, if we make a way, then we will have an enemy in our back. And we
I
will
believe
have to walk this way to return to Trasvilla. Or at least pass it.
We could go around.
The question is,
Yeah, I
how
don't
wide
think we
the
actually
circle
have to
reaches.
pass here. We went out of our way to get here. To get back to Trasvilla, we wouldn't have to pass here. I'm
No, we don't.
relatively sure. No, I don't think we do.
But she knew of us long before we made it to the city.
Wait, did she? Wait, out of character, did she?
No.
Well, she did know about our pendants.
Yeah, but that's
And we-
after she saw them. She had been notified
Yeah.
when she saw us.
To be fair, we were pretty
Well,
much prisoner the
yeah,
same
for that.
day we arrived in the city.
Look,
Yeah,
I don't
because
think
we
have
arrived
time-
with a gigantic explosion of snail.
Yeah, that might be on me. I wasn't there for that session. But I
That's
understood.
confusing.
I understood it that she was prepared for us, but perhaps the
No,
internet
no,
didn't
no, no.
interrupt.
It was because Cal, it used to live / work here.
I worked here for a few weeks, but I don't think she even. Well, she knows that I existed in the city for a while, but she didn't know we were coming, and she won't
Yeah.
know where we're heading. So she won't have any idea if where to search for us if we do.
Well, I'll just ask the DM
Fuck off.
then. Is that a conclusion that my character might reach, given the information that he has?
I think with the information that you know, she was very kind of straightforward, whether she was hiding anything or not. But it seemed that as soon as you arrived, it was Fia, the Ganassi who had made contact with you guys, kind of cased you out from the outset, and as well previously seen Cal in the city before the reform had happened, which had caused him to go, look, you know the old ways, I'm going to teach you what the new ways are. And so that was kind of like the introduction to, come with me, you're coming to stay at our house, we will treat you as guests of honor. And yeah, that's kind of where the line went in terms of the pendants and such. That seemed to be an insight that Maeve had herself.
All
So
right,
it
then that was just
It doesn't seem like they knew who you were before you had arrived. There was no plans for you to come into the city to begin with. This was all just very coincidental and accidental. Nat ones. Gotta love them.
Redcon that line then.
Alright, can we get going? Because it is quite cold up here.
Yeah, definitely. Where are we going, though? Are we going back to the front gates that we walked?
I believe we're going with whatever you're leading us to the tunnels. Right?
Tell Tuka to meet us there? Or are we...
Yeah.
Leonie, your internet's dying.
We're hearing
doesn't
like
know.
every fifth word.
She said, Tuco and Richter, are we going to tell them or something?
Are we gonna meet them? Well, I have no ways of messaging them right now. I used my last.
We do have a sending stone.
Which one?
We also have a feather. I
Two
have
that
a
you just got off the
feather.
Goliath.
I can text
Yeah,
them.
but that doesn't work. They need to have the other one.
No, not these ones. These you can contact anyone.
Well, you could have done.
Well, some sending stones, they aren't usually paired
but they
together.
might also explode.
Let's just go with whatever Cal has. That's more secure.
And
I'm gonna
yeah,
save these.
I have a feather.
Okay. So do I. Looks at his wings currently there.
I have a fancy feather.
Peacock feather, to be precise.
Yeah. And he's gonna use the feather to write a quick message. Oh well, no. Who's more likely to still be awake?
Probably Richter, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, he's gonna write a quick message to Richter. I have 100 words, so
I'm not going to bother fucking counting.
Okay. He's probably just gonna sum up very briefly what happened, leaving out the parts with Jellybean, mostly saying we got ambushed, can't really return to the city. Please meet us at the brothel. We'll stealthily make our way there. Bring everything you want to take.
Okay.
Bring all our shit.
Can he respond? Just remind me what the item can do.
Yes, you can.
Same parameters, right? Same 100.
Yes, let me check that though.
It's been a while. This item was
does
like
not-
fucking session 6 or something.
It does not say. Yeah, it's very old. It doesn't say, but I'm assuming that's how normal sending works.
Well, this might not be ascending, you see. It might just be you can send a message to someone that long.
Okay, let me check. Then I have to search for the actual thing you gave me back then.
No worries, I think I might have it. I think I might find it here. Messenger Quill. Once per day, you can spend 10 minutes writing a 100-word message to a creature you know. They receive the message knowing it's from you. When sending the message, you can make a deception check to try and hide your identity. If they fail, the message is sent as anonymous. So you do not receive an answer back. This is just a one-way. So you send the message, and you hope that they've received it, and they know it's from you.
Yeah, so into the tunnels we go.
Okay. You leave the petrified Goliath here, the now one-legged Ganassi guard, buried in the snow, as the group of you just try and leave without a trace. I would ask if all of you could roll a stealth check to see how well you can leave without having left some sort of mess behind.
No worries, I'm amazing at those, you know. Anyway, I'll guidance myself.
I'll roll for Helen as well. Okay.
Oh,
my god,
Lord.
Arne. It's
What
just
does she have?
depressing.
Amazing.
I mean, I am at disadvantage. This was coming.
Yeah, fair enough.
The other one was 70.
Okay. Well, luckily Helen also has a high stealth check. Helen's stealth is +5, so she's got an 18. So around average for the group of you, if you were to look at it all together. Cal, do you keep Janet out, or have you dismissed them?
Well, how does she heal when she's not present? Does she long rest? How does she heal? Does she even heal unless one heals her? Does she eat blood to heal?
She just disappears altogether. So whatever happens in that other space, nothing happens to her unless she heals. But she regenerates the same as anyone else does after a long rest, whether she is in her space or not. Okay. So would you like her out?
Alright, then I'm gonna keep her out. Yeah, I'm gonna keep her out.
I'm gonna roll for Jellybean, since they're out and about.
Okay.
Nice.
Jellybean is way better.
Yeah. Jellybean, although making like
You're all better than me.
making like little squeaky noises every so often, they are quieter than Olrin's with metal fucking clanking back and forth. But you traverse through the mountains. On average, you do well enough that I don't have to roll to see if there is an encounter on these mountains, because there are a lot of beasts and monsters here that you have avoided because of your stealth check. But you are hearing, like, alongside the howling winds, where it's just this kind of high-pitched, just whistling sound passing by, followed by almost like a guttural, almost lower growl, there is the sense that on the wind itself, there are animals that are calling out, but the winds just kind of catch them and disappear. Almost like a bug hitting a windscreen where you hear it and then disappears just altogether. As you are going to this,
describe it that way.
I don't know, Robbie. Why do I describe in general? Why do I describe? I don't have to describe, but I do. It's just word vomit. So you arrive at this large shrubbery, a bush that has kind of grown up the side of a mountain and has caused like ivy to grow into the sides, wrap around, and cover most of it. The mountain itself, from the outsider's perspective, seems to be just a mountain. But for you, Cal, you know that behind these bushes is a small cave entrance into this mountain and a tunnel which will hopefully lead you down into the belly of the brothel. So, as you get closer, you pull back the branches and you can see a slight small kind of coloration to the side of one of the twigs, indicating that this is an entranceway used by them. The entrance is there. There are no one here, no guards, nothing. This place is kept pretty much derelict and remote, that no one finds it for the most part. So looking down, it is just a cave system that has just a barely small kind of indentations in the ground to show that there is some element of easier traversing. It's going to be sketchy though, and it's dark. So for anyone who can't really see too well, it is complete darkness. I know. Twilight bullshit. But for the most part, it is just pitch black in here. And you have an idea of where to go, but you've not traversed these tunnels before, Cal. So you are leading mostly on instinct, unless there are markers around to follow.
And also, didn't you say Jellybean glows?
Jellybean does glow. So there is a faint,
So they're
almost
just
like
really red light.
there's like a 5-foot radius of just red, kind of undulating glow that emanates from inside of them, and just kind of glows to the exterior of their almost succulent-looking plant-like body. But yeah, very much like just aloe vera, just glowing red.
What?
Yes.
Cool. Very cool. What is happening? What is this?
So who's
Aloe
leading the
vera?
charge? Do you know what aloe vera is?
Yeah, the plant.
Yeah.
When the fuck does it glow red?
Doesn't, but the texture of aloe vera is kind of like its skin. It doesn't glow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like the inside of aloe vera or the outside?
The juice. The juice.
Oh.
Who's leading the charge? I assume Cal. Okay,
Yeah.
and then what is
Yeah,
the
I'd be
marching
going
order
for-
after Cal? Just so I'm aware.
I don't like that you asked that, but I guess
Well, I describe and ask things. That's my job.
Yeah, I guess I'll follow after Carl.
Said in the most do I have to voice. Okay.
Alicia will let Helen go ahead and he'll be in the back then.
Okay.
I think she
Are you
always
sure
is.
about that?
Yes. I have good enough AC. It should be fine.
Okay, so we have Cal, Ulrin, Helen, and Alicia. Where's Jellybean going?
Do I get to choose?
Well, Jellybean's kind of just following you, so...
Okay, he's
Okay,
directly
okay,
in front of
so-
me, so I can keep an eye on him.
Yeah, he's behind Cal, so Cal can hold his hand. And also, coincidentally, right in front of Ulrin. So, yeah.
Okay.
Works out.
Ulrin, you are like illuminated as if you're standing in front of a red stoplight. It's just like, just red light just shining in your eyes, and while everything else is pitch black, it's going to be hard for you to really see anything in clear detail. But from what you can see here, roll a perception check as you are looking at the behind of Jellybean. Okay, you rolled another 9, dude. It's just not happening today. You just see like the only way that I can truly describe what Jellybean is like is a jellybean or a single-celled organism. Like that is literally the only thing that you can see here. There is no mass inside that you can see. The light is shining just enough that it's hard to pinpoint through, but around the extremities, around the outline of its skin, it looks like it's transparent, or at least translucid. So it's an odd one for sure. And again, no facial features, nothing to give it any sort of like personality or emotion. It just moves and is holding Cal's hand. as Cal is just leading the way, like a like a mum pulling their child through a fucking shop. But Cal, I'd like you to roll a survival check.
Yeah.
Can I guidance?
You are all the way at the back. How are you going to
Fuck.
guide?
Or in guidance.
Yeah,
It's
I
okay,
can't really
but-
360 cast, so good luck.
21.
You manage to enter the mountain into these caves without any sort of worry. Every so often you are hearing like droplets of water, the sound of wind rushing by, as well as just tip taps of some things in these mountains that you can't see or do not grow close enough to be seen. But for the most part, your journey is pretty clear. And as you are navigating your way in a very kind of thought through path leading your way to the city, from what you saw above, you are starting to see other shoot-offs, other ways out, another kind of journey to the other side of the mountains, to the other side of the city. You're seeing different elements, different tunnel systems here that you could probably use at some later point or kind of have as just knowledge in the background. Yes, Alicia?
As we were passing them by, as I'm the last one out, can I like mark them?
Sure.
The tunnel we came out from.
Okay.
Just so we know which one is the one leading up to but fuck middle of nowhere in the mountain.
Okay. Sure thing. Are you leading a trail on the ground, or are you leaving markers every so often?
So every time there's like a branch off,
Mm-hmm.
he'll like turn around and mark like an X or something.
Okay.
Or an M for mountain.
M for mountain. Okay.
Yep.
You got it. Cal, if you could roll a d20 at advantage, please.
Aw.
Okay. Where was that for, Max?
Okay. Again,
Okay.
no random
16.
encounter is
Then.
here. You do not cross any creatures on your path. You are quiet enough. You are lucky enough that nothing is impeding your journey.
Oh, hello, Maeve.
Where have you been?
Funny seeing
Oh my
you.
god, what's up, girl?
Do you come your
Where's my Goliath? You
Who?
follow the same sort of pattern and colors that mark the exterior of this to show that it was part of the brothel. And eventually you find the entranceway to a saloon-looking outfitted cave system, to where you see elements of a living space, you see drawers and wardrobes, all kind of in the open. There's nothing really sheltering it from anyone coming in from this cave system. You can see a bed. You recognize the same place in which you found the tiefling who was in need of help, and you had healed. It is about 3 a.m. at this point. Each one of you are now exhausted beyond belief. You have 2 levels of exhaustion each.
Oh, Rick.
As you have journeyed this long without having rested, for the most part. You've had a short rest in some areas, but for the most part, it's been just constant. And bear in mind, we're using the negative system when it comes to exhaustions. So it's not like you have... It's just -2 on all rolls, as per the new rules. Since it's just a bit more straightforward.
Yeah, Alicia will probably be using his cane to walk at this point, presuming that the path was really jagged on the way.
So yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, you find this hidden away, small kind of living space. The bed is filled. You can see that there is someone resting in there. But yeah.
Yeah, we should probably be the one to go get Brenna.
Yeah, absolutely. What do I say to her?
Hey, we were attacked by the people and we should probably leave. Do you want us to take your girlfriend with us?
Yeah, okay, gotcha. And he's gonna sneak by the bed, trying not to disturb the people sleeping. Unless it looks like it's two people sleeping, then I
It's
guess we
just
have to wait.
the Morgana. It's not random people.
Walking into this room and kind of talking out loud a little bit, you hear a slight noise, a shift to the left of you, someone who was sitting watching guard of this entranceway, and you see Braina is there, sat the young Yuanti with what looks like this wicked looking 4-barreled firearm that she's just kind of resting on one side. Looks like she was aiming it towards the entranceway, ready to fire if someone were to have walked through, because she was not told anyone was coming and probably would have blasted the first person to walk into this space. Luckily enough, you guys started talking before you entered, so she recognized the voices. But yeah.
That was one way to die, holy fuck.
Yeah, holy shit.
She just has a 4-barreled fucking shotgun.
There's not
You hear-
messing around.
Yep.
You hear just like a sigh. Hello? What are you,
Sorry.
what are you doing down here?
We were attacked by the guards. We sort of have to leave, and we wanted to ask if you considered the offer of us taking your girlfriend with us.
I did not think that this would be such a sudden decision to be made.
Yeah, sorry.
Our apologies.
It looks as though the sickness that she had is improving, but it's still not enough. It looks as though it is still taking hold. Whatever it was, the scroll, it wasn't enough. But but she's breathing better. She can probably sustain some of the harsher weather a bit better. But I don't know. How are we going to be able to do this? If you said you were attacked by the guards, does that not mean there is a bounty on your heads?
Well, the rest of them are yet not aware, I believe. That we killed them, and they're not aware that they attacked us, I think.
It was one overzealous guard with a friend.
The Goliath.
You see, as soon as you say the Goliath, she knows. There's not many of them here. And she just... Dorgan. Is he dead?
Yes.
Yeah, very dead.
Yeah.
Good, but also not very good. That was their prized guard, one of their finest warriors. They are not going to be happy that they are killed.
Well, he struck first.
Of course he will.
And we warned him multiple times, and
Okay, well, try and discuss that with the Scarlet Deceiver, see how that goes.
I'd rather not.
That's
Okay.
what I suggested. However, I was outvoted.
If you could defend your case well enough, perhaps, but I don't know what sort of person that she truly is if she can kill her own people without blinking an eye.
Personally, I believe we have a chance. After all, what she said was that her word is absolute in this city, and she promised us safe passage. Something we did certainly not get.
I still don't think
I
it's a
mean,
good
yeah,
idea to speak with
but-
her.
Yeah, no. How are we going to prove that they attacked us and not the other way around? We killed them. They're pretty dead. We have no way to prove that we didn't instigate that.
I'm willing to go out on a limb and assume she believes that we are not walking into the mountains hunting for her guards.
I
Aside
don't
from
know.
that,
She
I'm
doesn't
not
seem very
sugarcoating it.
reasonable.
It is a risk. However, personally, I think it's less of a risk than to just try up and leave, having whatever she sends after us in our neck.
They are not wrong. These people, they are cutthroat, and I don't think they would like any loose ends, especially their garrison, having one of their commanders and chiefs being killed without explanation, and then all of you disappear overnight. It seems quite either way. You either confront her and try to plead your case and try to get sanctuary, or you run and maybe always look over your back.
Remember, we still have something she wants.
But can we promise that?
I mean, I guess.
I don't think we can make promises.
Technically, we
can
don't even have the thing she wants.
Well, what she wanted from us originally was to deliver a message on her behalf to Aiden Hassar.
Yeah, to Aiden Hassar. And Kel just looks at Ulred like, uh-huh, exactly.
Well, we can deliver the message.
No, we can't. But she doesn't know that, so yay.
I still think it's more important for us to just get out of here. I won't have spells for a while. And we're all exhausted. And if we go and confront her, there's not a lot of standing in her way and just ending us there and then. At least this way we buy ourselves a little time to get out of here to prepare. Gain more intel on her. She's not the only one who has ears and eyes around the place.
Where will you go and how will you leave? Did you come in here with a mount, a carriage? Where is that?
Yeah,
if it is with
yeah, we
them, then you
did.
cannot take it unless they are informed.
I
You'll be
believe they
going
are
on foot.
with Richter.
Richter probably put them in a stable. In the city. He wouldn't have left them outside.
Which means we can't get them back unseen, and we certainly can't outrun them on foot. The question is, do we risk fight here, or do we expect fight down the road, likely before we've rested?
Look, I'm both myself and she gestures to the bed. We are indebted to you, and we will do anything we can to try and help you get out of here safely. You have my people, they are familiar enough with the city, they may be able to coerce or at least help influence whatever you need or trying to get to. We can try and get cards for you. But these are all things that can cause problems, that uncertainties.
Besides, those are easily traced back to you, and Maeve won't like having her authority challenged like that.
Yeah, I also don't like the idea of you guys putting yourself in danger for us. I don't like that.
You're willing to take my love with you, and that is, if she finds that out, then that is certain death. You wish to do the same, I wish to do the same. You try and help me, I'll try and help you. Either way, we're both involved.
Well, she doesn't know that Morgana's still alive, as long as we can keep it that way. Technically, if she doesn't know if we're taking anything from her city. So, and also, we're adventurous. We literally signed up for this bullshit and getting killed stuff. You guys didn't. You guys shouldn't have to be over this.
Perhaps send her a message as we leave? Sounding very offended that we got attacked?
She will still try to get us back into the city, I believe. I don't think she will let us go with just a message.
Well, if we're already outside of the city when I send it.
Then we have the same problem as if we were to leave without word.
Are you certain that you can handle her and promise?
I believe so.
At this point, you hear a knock at the door. Excuse me, sorry, Brainer, but I have a couple here asking if some people have arrived.
Is it Richter? Is it the guy in the frog?
Yeah, there's a small little frog dude, yeah. Do I let them in? She looks over at the group of you.
Would it be more comfortable for you if we went up there and met them?
I think at this point it is better if we are all just kept in one place rather than going back and forth. As well, as much as I trust my people, you never know if there is a bounty on your heads. With a price high enough, anyone's loyalty can be purchased and swindled. I think it is best if we all stay down here. Please, if you could bring them down. And you see he nods, and eventually Richter and Tuco join, Richter carrying all of the stuff on his back. You see bags under his eyes. What's happening?
We got attacked in the mountain.
Yeah,
By the
we killed 2
guards.
guards.
And the Goliath.
You killed 2 guards.
And the Goliath.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Well,
Okay, well, I don't see how we can stay here any longer, so perhaps we should leave.
That's what I said.
Well, what were the other options?
Confront them.
we're going to talk to her,
My God.
saying sorry.
I
Why
believe
are we
our chances
apologizing for? They attacked us first.
Oh,
It's
is
still
this-
cost an
we
asset.
did kill them.
Is this your suggestion, Ulrin?
Yes, I believe our chances are better to negotiate
No, I
rather
disagree.
than run and be outpaced.
Do they know of your involvement in this fight?
Well,
No.
Not yet. But I believe they will soon find out.
there is a possibility
Yeah.
they might know.
Huh?
There
Currently, we have a
was
window.
one person with a sending stone sending information to the Goliath about mine and Helen's whereabouts. But it disappeared before I could catch them.
Well, I think this...
Okay.
There's
Wait,
clearly
did I
two
see them
options.
going to the mountain, right?
No, they weren't going in the mountain. They were watching. The fire... You're talking about the Fire Ganassi Guard.
Yeah, but didn't something... What triggered me and Helen going...
The
Uh,
light.
I basically made a daylight flashbang in the mountain, which
And
is
you
all.
saw it and went, oh no.
But didn't the guy react as well? He did something.
No, I don't think so. I think it was only you that saw it because of your perception check.
I mean, it could be that he doesn't know that me and Helen left. I tried to be quite stealthy. For all they know, we could be the ones who are dead in the mountains.
And
Well, it seems
the-
that the option for dialogue is still there.
Gates always goblins.
If you are the first to broker a conversation, defend yourselves and state that it was self-defense, I think that could work. From what you describe of this
Mm-hmm.
new leader, perhaps there is a way to negotiate,
Well,
and at least some way to lessen the flames. That'll come your way. That'll come our way.
the Goliath
Run.
was disobeying her technically, I suppose. It was not her
Exactly.
orders.
And she
But I
seems
still
very
don't trust her.
particular.
Her.
She demands an audience with Aiden Hassar.
Hmm.
Though not the current one.
Yeah.
Well, how about we lean into that and actually give her an audience?
Would that be a good idea?
I don't
I mean,
know, but it's
It's not. She can't. I don't think she can do anything to him. Honestly, he seems scary. So
it is best to make allies than enemies, especially when we have such a hard task already.
You want to be allies with them?
I don't think we want her to as an ally.
I'd rather settle
No.
for a neutral party.
I'd
Get out
prefer
of
not to
our
have
way.
enemies.
Sorry.
If we can use her, if we can at least push her ire into another direction, perhaps, then maybe not allies, but we can use her and her ego as a tool. Shift the dynamic in our favor. Just a suggestion. But that would mean brokering a conversation. You have interacted with her. I only understand what you've told me. Perhaps she is too far gone for common sense.
Alicia kind of looks over to what kind of state Morgana is in. I don't know if anyone who can do that, not just to their own family, but to anyone, is of sound mind.
Certainly not. But it isn't that kind of insanity. She is exceptionally cruel and tyrannical. However, she has her, let's say, own values she follows methodically. I believe Richter's suggestion can work. It's less of a practical and more of a moral question. Are we willing to be entwined with her?
I personally would not like to have any allyship with her.
Same with me. But still, we have to settle for neutral party at least. We can't afford extra enemies.
Alright, but if we have a talk conversation with her and it works out, how are we gonna get Morgana outside of the city?
Technically, we are the offended party. We had an agreement previously that we would talk to Aiden Hassar. And she broke her part. Perhaps we can push extra demands. Of course, we
think
won't
we should
tell
make
her.
any
who
She
we
suspicion.
are.
doesn't know.
How about we tell her instead that Cal has friends in this brothel, and then
No,
that we
no
would.
attention drawn to them.
What about this?
Well, it really seemed like she didn't know about the tunnels too. Like they were still hidden, they were still empty. Maybe we can just leave and then circle back around, go through tunnels again, and then we leave.
Good idea.
Possibility. She certainly won't miss her.
Yeah, she doesn't know she's still alive.
What did you want to say, Richter?
Of course, that all depends on us successfully telling her, hey, oh, your guards tried to kill us. We didn't actually try to kill them.
An idea that I had. Since our way of transport is stuck in the stables and guarded, perhaps Since you say these tunnels lead into the Howling Mountains, you could revert back down from above, cause some sort of scene as though you were attacked, as is true, cause eyes to be focused on you, draw their attention, ask for them to bring you to the leader, and perhaps in that moment of distraction, both myself and Tuco could maybe escort. He gestures to the bed and take her away.
Good idea.
In
In
the
any case, she would be safe.
Here, and Alicia's gonna take off his coat. Put this around her. It should at least spare her from the weather up on the mountain.
I can manage the weather.
But she
Don't
can't.
worry. I can control the weather around her.
Are you sure?
She did it on the ship.
She'll be
Yeah, he's also scary.
fine.
Okay, it was just an offer. Puts it back on.
It's okay. And if anything were to happen, you may need it. I'll be sure to protect her. And as well, Brainer, if you could maybe give us some of your help, just to bring some bodies in on this and help us take it easy and slow. You see, she nods. Yes, I can bring a few hands to help and manage and escort you if need be. Excellent. Then that is my plan. That is what I suggest. But in the grand scheme of things, it is you guys that will be making the deal. But know that Aiden Hassad trusts each one of you. And if you think it's necessary to make a deal where he is present and a meeting is met, I'm sure he will accept.
All right.
Then no plan stands. You can leave garnering attention to me.
Yeah, you were pretty good at that. I saw you from all the way from the city, the blind flashing light. Honestly, the only reason why me and Helen showed up.
Well, lucky then.
Good you did.
Pretty bright.
Let's leave. We are on a tight schedule until they find their way there themselves.
Yes. Right.
Should
to
Helen
the
and Alicia
mountain.
accompany us? Or should... Yeah, that's the point though. Because they probably didn't see Alicia and Helen leave. Should they come with us to the gates?
We
I
probably
suppose we
should.
Are you sure? It wouldn't?
It's better if we stand as a united front than them wondering where we are.
And as well, it would lead into the idea that you were
that's a good
attacked and asked for help, gathered your allies. And all of you have been hurt, clearly singed and beaten. It'll be foolish for you to separate and try and play coy.
Good point.
Lead into the damage that you've taken. Because these people here, these warriors, they are exceptional in elemental flames. And I can see the effects have riddled each one of you. Use that. What about this thing? He gestures to the glowing red jelly
Oh,
bean.
that should probably stay here.
Well, not like here specifically. Maybe with, maybe Richter. If this is the raisin, doesn't matter. Could you watch out for it? It shouldn't. It hasn't really done anything yet,
Look out for it doing
except follow me
what?
around. So, yeah, exactly. It hasn't really done anything yet. So if you could just make sure it doesn't get lost.
What the fuck is it?
Weird
I
noise.
don't know. I found it in a pretty flower and I picked it up.
This is clearly Cal things. I will write this down.
And you see Tuka begins to write down in his book.
Oren gives an approving nod.
Somehow touched flower and now has jelly bean baby. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's as tall as me. I'm not sure it counts as a baby. It was born yesterday, technically. So, but it was already moving around in its shell for a while.
Uh-huh.
So not.
Okay.
Do any of you speak? Wait, do I speak with plants? Oh, that's a good fucking point, Leonie. Do you speak with plants? Do I speak with plants?
Leonie.
I don't think I do.
Leonie, do I
don't.
speak with
I
plants?
don't. Okay, I don't have speak with plants. That's a bummer. Okay.
Do you know
Both of them funny,
Sylvan?
though. I don't think I do. But that's only animals, right? Not plants. I don't.
I think they can understand you. They just can't reply back. So, because they're fucking.
Yeah, well, that would be helpful.
I mean,
Hello, Brooke.
Cal can already talk to it.
Hi, bro.
Yeah, I can already talk to plants.
I just can't understand them. It's like shouting at your
Yeah,
like peace lily at
all
home,
right.
just like, why don't you fucking grow? Why do you need so much water?
Yeah.
Maybe it's too much water. Speaking of which, should we take a small break?
Yes, since Helen slash Brooke is here, we shall have a quick break to get them up to speed, but also for you guys to plan out what the fuck you're gonna do.
Yeah.
What have they done this time? Missed an apple. What the fuck did they do?
Nothing. We went through a fucking tunnel. That's it.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure this
And
ended
Oren
well.
wants to speak to Maeve and be like, excuse me, your Goliath was kind of a dick to us.
Wait, it's either
Yeah,
that or be
we
hunted
want
down
to
by
talk to
fried
Samantha. We
calves.
want to.
But we'll figure this out in the break, so see you in a bit.
Yep.
Boop. Hello and welcome back. We return with a plan? Question mark. So, the party, I assume this is all happening simultaneously, but I'll break it down and you guys can tell me yes or no. So you have Richter, Tuco, and a few allies of the brothel to help in escorting and joining you pretty much up until kind of the stables. You guys to get the cart or not?
I thought they were gonna get Morgana to safety first outside of the city.
They could.
Oh.
That was up to you. I didn't know which one you were going to go for.
I think it was getting her out of the city that was the priority while they're distracted, right?
Yep.
We can get first
But
herself
where are they
if it
gonna
goes
put
well.
her? Where are they gonna put her? Like, if
keep
we
her-
don't succeed, it's pointless to get her out because we're gonna be dead.
I
So
mean, they
on-
can bring her back.
On the edge of the city then, yeah? Outside of the
Yeah.
city limits? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Better than her
Um,
being in the city when we fail, then just gonna find her
Yep.
and kill her.
All right.
Yeah.
So, as you're in the cave system, you have about 5 other people alongside Richter and Tuco who are kind of escorting them along the way.
And
There is a
Jellybean.
point, and Jellybean, there's a point where the road diverges and you have to split up. And you see Richter kind of look over all of you. Well, good luck. If you need anything, just let me know, and I'll be there as soon as possible. Okay? I'll make sure that she's safe, but as much as I wish that she is safe, all of you are my priority. So, please. I know you can handle yourselves, but if worse comes to it, I'll try what I can.
Me too.
You see Tuco just kind of give a thumbs up.
I can't do much, but I'll try. I'll try and save you. If you're in prison, I guess I can try and slip through and join you? No, I don't know. We'll see.
No, don't join us. No, I mean, we appreciate the offer, but don't join us. Prison isn't nice. Not
Okay.
nice.
Well,
How
He
did-
gets his book out.
in the worst case scenario, what would you like your last words to be?
And he looks at each one of you.
Oh, that was fun. Let's do it again.
That was fun. Let's do that again. Okay. Someone else?
I was not expecting this kind of thing, but perhaps send a letter to my parents.
You didn't want that written down. Oh, hold on.
And you see he starts like scraping it out.
I was not expecting. Okay. Sorry. A letter to your parents? Okay, sure. I can do that. Do you want me to write the letter for you, or
I honestly am tired and beaten. I can't come up with the right words for now. Just
okay?
let them know what happened.
I will.
That's a way better answer.
Hello? Any last words? Sorry, I don't mean to say it that way.
Helen was just kind of looking up. Oh, don't worry about me. I'll be back. They just kind of smile.
I'll be back. That's a good one.
Terminator.
Helen rises from the dead just out of spite.
I'm literally just picturing like fucking Heisenberg, but with the Terminator voice now as Helen.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Excellent.
Helen is the purple guy.
Come on, we need to cook. Jesse, come on. Okay.
Alicia? Any last words?
Just similar to Ulrin, send a letter to my parents, letting them know what happened.
Okay. Oh, all very morbid, I would say, but you know, it's final words, so it kind of has to be. Okay. Look, I will honor your final words. And do I have permission to write an autobiography of yourselves?
No.
Yes.
You've
Come
known
on.
me for 3 days.
I have like fucking 15 pages at least.
Of me?
Yes. I can
What
fill in
did
the
you
gaps
write
and make it to
down?
100. Nothing important.
And he closes the book.
No, give me that.
No.
Zuko, you might want to revisit the earlier pages. I know how you two started out.
Oh, yeah. I'll be sure to add some addendums.
Mm,
Okay. Well, good luck. Don't die. Otherwise, have to send fucking messages to your parents. Ugh. That'll be awkward.
Hey, random frog that you've never met. Your kid died.
I'm imagining like
Guys, oh, bother.
like a Jehovah's Witness just walking up to the door.
Excuse me. I have a message from your dead son, daughter.
Okay. They split off. Jellybean is holding onto your hand, Cal, and then you have to kind of like pull it free, and then the other hand like holds onto your other hand.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna try and explain to it that it has to go with Richter. I'm just gonna gesture at Richter and be like,
Roll a persuasion check.
go
Oh
over
my
to
god. This is gonna go well.
Oh, this is definitely gonna go well. Why'd I have +3?
Okay.
And another 9.
It's because of the 9s.
You explain to Jellybean to the best of your ability, using your hand signals, just trying to like explain away, expressionless, just staring off in your direction. You think, then it holds your hand again.
Oh.
Do I need to pull them back?
Not. I don't think so. How about you? Wait, Richter. Okay, hold my other hand.
Okay.
And I'm gonna push the two together so that they're holding hands, or at least trying to make them hold hands.
You place the hands together. You see Richter's looking down at the hands. He looks up. Jellybean looks up in the same fashion. It's love. No. You see Jellybean's just looking at the hand, looking at him, looking at the hand, looking at him, looking at you, looking at him, looking at the hand. I think you're best going whilst it's distracted. Looking
Okay.
at him, looking at the hand, looking at him.
Oren
I'm
walks
just
off
gonna-
and drags Cal behind him.
Head quickly. Bye. I'll be back. Don't die.
That was Helen's line, not yours.
No, that wasn't last one.
Okay. You leave Jellybean behind. At one point, you see the light just run down the other side of the tunnel, look around. Richter sighs as you just see them fade off in the distance as he's like trying to drag the Jellybean with him. Oh, come on. As he's just pulling this thing with him. Eventually,
My heart. Why are you doing this to me?
Also, are we going uphill?
yes, because you're going up the mountain again.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Alicia just sighs, grits his teeth, and keeps going.
Here's a question for you guys.
On Genix?
Do you want to spend the time to have a short rest?
I,
in mind,
as much
the
as
thing
we
is-
need it.
No, we're
Time
really
pass.
banking on being wounded as fuck.
Yeah,
I'm barely gonna get
Oh,
anything from
really?
it, so.
yeah. To be fair,
No.
the only thing would be
think we
hit points.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we don't look hurt anymore, so no.
Thought I'd
Yeah.
throw it out there just in case you needed it. Okay. Separated. Cal, you lead the journey backwards, following Alessio's kind of pointers. Are you guys emerging from the same point you entered? Or are you looking for another exit?
No, let's play it safe. Let's go for the one where we entered.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
You head.
And also, Cal's offer stands. If Alicia wants to lean on Janet, he can. She is quite strong.
If Cal notices Alicia and says that, Alicia just glares back at Cal. I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Just say the offer's out there if you want to.
Cal, I'm fine. Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. You head up the mountain once again. I'm going to need each one of you to roll a Constitution saving throw to
Oh,
see if you gain more exhaustion.
no.
Helen, just in case you didn't know this already, you have a -2 to all rolls because you have at exhaustion level 2.
Yay!
I didn't sing myself.
Oh my god.
Oh, hey! So that's -2. That would be 23.
Okay. I'm not going to punish you, Arne, for rolling that one. I'm not going to give you -2 again. Instead, Cal, Ulrin, and Helen, the three of you gain another level of exhaustion, leading you to -3 rolls now to everything. That's attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks.
Guys, how
death
the
saves.
fuck? How the fuck did I succeed on that?
Alicia the Cane is
Well.
working magic.
Yep.
But you emerge.
I mean,
You
I'm
find
not
your way
doing too bad.
to the top, to the entranceway which you marked on your way in the first time. It has been some time now as you've kind of walked down the mountain, walked up. That time has passed. You're not sure how much, but you arrive at the exit. It's still closed. No one's come through since you last here. And as you peer through, just to double check, you don't hear anyone or anything outside.
I turn to my companions. I will handle them here at the gate, but someone else should talk to Maeve. Someone more level-headed.
Probably me and Helen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, definitely the two of you. Yep.
Okay. So are you guys splitting up then?
Yeah.
We all walk
You're
through
going
the
together.
gate.
Yeah.
I'm
We
just
all
doing
walk
the
through together.
I'm doing the talking at the gate, and someone else is doing the talking at Maeve.
Sure thing.
Ulrin
Just
just
double
like
check.
dramatically falls like, we have been attacked. Oh my goodness.
Oh no!
The terror.
I have newly picked up thaumaturgy, and I'm planning to use it.
Oh.
I have
Okay.
thaumaturgy and I'm not afraid to use it, damn it.
So you guys scale down the side of the mountain. I will.
I'm gonna resummon Janet.
You're
I
going to
don't want her
resummon.
in-
Oh, you're going to
you
desummon.
sure?
No, put her in the ring. Yeah.
Okay. So it is just the four of you. No pets, no companions. It is just the four of you here. Walking down the mountain, I will ask, yet again, because it is treacherous land, for one of you to roll a d20 at advantage to see if you come across any monsters. Who wants to roll?
I could.
Go for it, Robbie.
Yeah, go for it.
Why did you do that? Why did you say that way? I'm scared.
You rolled a nat 20 before, so it has to be a nat 1 now.
No.
Oh, it's a 4.
It was a nat fucking 1 as well.
It was.
Yeah.
Why
it
did you
was.
say it? You cursed me.
Well, that's just how it works. You're rolling that 20, you're rolling that 1.
Oh, it's
I
a 4.
swear to God, if we die because of a random encounter before we ever get to start the plan, that would be so funny.
It's okay. It's okay.
In the Howling Mountains, there are many different creatures that are surrounding it. There are creatures that fly in the wind, using it as almost like a kite. There are some that burrow and hide in the mountains, and there are some that just traverse the mountains and call it their own. As you're walking down through the bits of forest that are here, very little remnants left behind, as they are all just mainly sticks pointing out of the ground. you find a sense of something watching from the edge of your periphery. Something is following you, has been following your tracks as you've been going down the mountain. You look back and you don't see what it is. It's too dark or too far away, or perhaps it blends in perfectly with the surroundings. But you know something is following you. What are you guys doing?
What the fuck?
Wow, luck.
Like, can we try to sneak? To lose it, like maybe to have it lose our track?
Remember, we're all like super exhausted, so
You never know. Maybe 4 nat 20s happen.
I love your wishful thinking. It's so wishful.
Advantage on stealth.
Can I actively kind of have a look around for it?
Sure. You can roll a perception check.
Ba-ba-bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, ba-dum, bum. This -3 is not gonna help. Nope.
Okay.
Oh, are we all rolling to see?
I was assuming everyone can look.
Yeah, whoever wants to.
Alright.
Oh, with a
Nice.
-3.
We're not blind.
Okay. The
Okay.
stealth check was 15. So Ulrin, Helen, two of you don't spot it. But Alicio and Cal, the two of you can see the very edges of its snout on the top of one of the mountain peaks, looking down. The snout itself is large, pointed, and canine-like. Perhaps a wolf of some kind. As it snarls, you can see almost bits of lightning flashing around its mouth as it's just salivating and watching.
A list of things we don't need to deal with right now.
I was like, oh, it's just a wolf, and then he said lightning, and I was like, what? Why?
Alright, we need to get the hell out of here really quickly.
Lightning wolf.
Like right now.
No, don't get any ideas. We're going down this mountain now. Move, move.
If it
No,
gets close,
no.
I could try to blind it. The spell.
Okay,
I mean,
okay, sure.
I'll keep an eye on it, I suppose. If it gets any closer. Blind. Blah blah blind.
What's the range on the spell?
Freaking 30 feet.
Okay, so it has to be quite close.
But
I could try and tear it off. But
But
I
what's
can expend one of the charges. Wait, what?
What? What?
Max, why did you put so much on this fucking cave? Holy shit.
Ungrateful.
Thank you, but oh, never mind. Dang it! It's only for Wait, what? Why is one of okay? Never mind. It's only for healing spells that I can double the range.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
So Cal is like, I could like try to shoot it, maybe scare it off. I don't know how well I'll do, but I can try.
Wolves hunt
Wouldn't
in
that
packs,
aggravate
though.
it? This doesn't seem like a typical wolf.
I mean, it's already watching us, so it already knows we're here and might
I
attack
think
us.
we
so-
should just keep moving
Do I know
carefully.
anything about this creature?
You can roll a history check at disadvantage. You don't have a clear sight of it to kind of get the dimensions of what it could be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's just try to keep moving and keep an eye on it. Try to keep a distance. And if it comes too close, there is another thing I could try, but I'd rather save it for just in case.
Okay. So, what I'd like is a survival check or stealth from each one of you as you try and move your way. Unless there's something else you're trying to do to stop this creature from getting any closer to you, like trying to scare it off or trying to shoot it, like Cal said. If there's something that you wish to do, there may be a different role
Are we technically
involved.
level 7 now?
Yes, we're just gonna roll with a 7, since I believe all of you have already updated your character sheets.
I could summon something to scare it away. Think
I
like
mean,
giant glowing warrior. Yep.
Hmm.
And if it moves past it, it'll get hurt at least and let us. At least
I mean,
no.
the wolf is following us. We don't know if it's hostile. I mean, it's a wolf, but it's leaving us alone so far.
It is. I think it looks pretty hungry from what I saw. Not too friendly, right, Yum? It was salvinating. And I'm pretty sure it's not attracted to the beef jerky you have or the crackers I have in my bag, so... I'm just gonna do like a Guardian of Faith in the path between us and the wolf.
It's
What the
gone
fuck?
from sight.
What?
it disappeared. Oh no. Oh no.
I am
Oh, no.
summoning the Guardian of Faith.
Okay, what does a Guardian of Faith look like?
Alicia places down a card. For a brief second, it expands, and out from it. You know, screw it, for this occasion, it looked like a bigger wolf than that one. A starry
Wolf,
eyes,
but
you know,
big.
just like fucking hoodies with the Starry Night Galaxy wolf.
How big is this
type
wolf?
shit. Let me check what the spell says.
Can I just say that kind of sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh summon?
Yeah.
I
It's
choose.
time to
Hey,
Dungeons and Dragons.
a large, so
Large creature.
large creature, yeah.
Okay. Just this hologram of cosmic canine-like features begins to produce itself into thin air from the card it was summoned. It growls and acts as though it's a protector, looking around, trying to find the next thing that will come within its range. However, this isn't Spirit Guardians. This is Guardian of Faith, right?
Yeah. It
So
is.
it cannot move.
No, but I put it in a place so at least it's like behind or like in between where I last saw the wolf and us. So
Okay.
at least give us a heads up if it does move closer to us.
Roll a spellcasting check.
Wisdom.
This will be an intimidation, essentially, against the creature to see if you can scare it off. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Nice.
The wolf has disappeared. You do not know where it's gone, but you do not see it again. You're not sure if it was scared off, if it's keeping a distance. Perhaps it is still following you, but for now, you do not notice it. And now you are going further down the mountain and can see the entrance to Vessel. Again, you can see where the impact point for Rest in Peace.
We'll remember
The
you fly high,
slug.
Chloe.
The slug had crashed into the wall. You can also see the blisters. They are on show. They are on top of the mountains. They are on show. It seems that the guards here are perhaps more vigilant at night and have the weapons drawn in case any monsters were to try and come through the gate, or if someone were to try and attack the city at night when it is most vulnerable. But you begin to descend. And who is the first to kind of announce themselves at the gate?
I'd say I am.
Helen would kind of. Who's most injured out of all of us?
Oren.
Probably me.
Oren's fucked.
Yeah, Helen would kind of have an arm under/be supporting Olrin a little bit as we're approaching, just to play up the whole. He's injured.
I think he needs it after rolling on that one anyway. On his con save.
Yeah.
All right. The group of you arrive at the gates, badly injured, leaning into that. You see guards seem very disinterested. As you arrive, one of the Fire Ganassi guards looks down at you and squints. What is going on? Why are you still outside the gates?
Because we've been attacked, I say, as I also activate Thaumaturgy to amplify my voice for a minute.
Okay.
We've been granted safe passage, not by you, but by your tyrant of a leader herself. Anyone care to explain to Maeve personally that we've been attacked?
There's 3 that are currently by the gate on patrol. One of them was dialoguing, the 2 were looking around still. Now all 3 of them pay closer attention to you. You see one of them who had escorted you pretty much this entire way, looks you up and down. Huh. You want to see her?
Yes.
By all means. Open the gates! And you see the gates begin to slide open as the entranceway is now yours to walk through. The guard walks down, Fire Ganassi, with the same blue markings across their face as the rest of them. Looks you up and down. Seeing quite a fight. What happened?
You'll learn soon enough.
Is it something we should be worried about? The rest of the city, is there some monster out there?
Not anymore.
Ah, so you killed it. Well done. Let us get you inside nice and safe, and we can make you a nice cup of tea.
No, I think we would like to speak to Maeve first.
As we said, skip the pleasantries.
Okay. I'll lead you there. Make sure you don't get into any more trouble. Do you need any wounds being sought to?
No.
We can tend our own wounds later.
Okay. He begins to guide you in. The other guards close the entranceway. As they're at the top, you see they begin to speak to each other. I'd like each one of you to roll a perception check.
Ooh.
Damn it.
Oh, I just got kicked from Foundry.
Bye.
Let's go, Helen.
Bye. See ya.
Oh,
Do you want me to roll for you, Leonie?
yeah, this is going to take a while.
No worries, I'll do it. Do you have any advantages or anything? Just straight roll?
No, I have a -3.
All right, so you roll a 5. Excellent. Helen, 15 is what you needed.
Yippee.
You overhear the conversation that they have, but unfortunately, it's not in common. It's in fire elemental language that you do not understand. But I'd like you to roll an insight check. See if you can understand roughly.
Vibe check.
Yeah.
Gatekeeping the tea, man. What the hell?
Nope. Jack shit.
Unfortunately, you don't understand the words they say. They talk very subtly in Ignan, and as you begin to leave further out of sight, you see they begin to shift. Where they stood still for a long time, they just begin to move now from their positions. You're unsure on what or why, but you see that there's some action going on with them.
Mm.
The group of you are escorted in. The further in you get, another guard is added. Another guard is added. Another guard is added to your troop. By the time you enter about the main population where everyone is thriving in this nighttime, you are hearing cheers, you're hearing people celebrate. Some people beginning to indulge in things that they probably shouldn't, as is Vessel. You are amassing a guards of 6 people around you who are escorting you in to the gates of the main stay, the main palace, if you will, of the city. And the gates are open. They probably informed the people at the gates that your arrival was coming. And you see there is just laying out almost like the red carpet for your arrival. You walk through the door. And you can see Fia is there, waiting. Good evening. Please, if you're going to step in, shoes off.
Yeah. I assume we do just that.
Okay. Shoes off. You begin to head in. So, what's this all about then?
Helen would take her shoes off, but keep them on her.
Okay.
Same. You're not touching my boots, bro.
Not my boots. Anything but my boots.
Oliver made me these boots.
Well,
My boots.
I think we should be asking you that.
As if I'm stupid, please. Elaborate.
I thought we had a deal, but apparently your men seem to have other ideas.
Well, that's quite a throw of words.
Helen's
Care to
gonna
explain further.
Helen's gonna use minor illusion to conjure. Let me double check, but I can do moving small images, yeah?
Yeah, you can. It's like a movie projector.
Yeah. She just starts doing a little, like, movie projector of the vision she got when they were there of him giving an impassioned speech and then fucking summoning a massive wall of fire at the rest of us.
Okay. How do I know this is real and not just a figment of your conjuring?
Where is Maeve? We made a deal with her from last I remember.
I'm right here. And you see she's at the top of the stairs, listening to this conversation.
Good.
She begins to walk
Well.
down.
Alicia's gonna pull out one of the sending stones that was in the Goliath and the polearm. And as you can tell, quite a few of us were singed, and as far as I'm aware, your people are quite good at that.
I said that you had a safe haven here. Can you please explain, rather than talk in riddles, what the fuck is going on?
We went to the mountain to look for something that was lost in the crash. After which we were ambushed by your lovely Goliath friend than some of the other guards. Unprompted, we tried to talk it out with him, yet here we stand, bruised, burned, singed, and attacked. I thought we had a deal, Maeve.
We did have a deal. And I hope we still do, Riverblue. I've not changed my side of the bargain. If you've had some disgruntled conversations with one of my subordinates, then I can't help if they act out. And where is this Goliath?
Helen conjures another image of him getting fucking wrecked. Goes, we are happy still to hold up our end of the deal. We just like a couple more assurances, given your men don't seem to quite get the message in regards to actually listening.
I was quite surprised he went against your word. He even admitted it himself.
Again, tape recorder. I guess we can't do tape recorder playback, but...
Theater of mind.
She is looking at the conjurations in your hand. And what was it you were in the mountains for, then? It's not typical that the warriors go up there. Maybe to hunt or kill. To let out their anger, perhaps, as fear does most evenings. But tell me, why did you think it a good time to go out there and to find something that was lost? Did you find it?
Helen kind of just looks at Cal for this one, like, it's up to him to tell the truth or to lie on this.
Yep, we found it. It had crawled up. There was there was blood traces. It had apparently gotten injured in the crash, and it did not survive the mountain. Oh, sadly. So yeah, another victim to the crash. I guess rest in peace, Jellybean, rest in peace, Bluey, rest in peace, Steve, rest in peace, all of them.
Hal is not a particularly responsible pet owner.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that whatever pet you had up there, Jellybean, was not alive. That's a shame. To risk life and limb to go up there. Quite miraculous, really. The stories I've heard, the creatures that lie up there, shows you are quite made of metal. That's quite interesting. Gold at length for a pet. There's no other reason you went up there.
Hey, it was a good pet.
Cal went for the pet. I went for Cal. Our two companions went for me.
And what...
The shopping as well. Got a lovely jacket.
What drove the Goliath to go up there? To go against his orders? He was meant to look out and watch you whilst you were in the city. I dismissed him after I gave you free passage. But he still sought it in himself to follow you. Why do you think that is? What is it he knew or found that could have been of interest to me or us? That now we can no longer learn because he's dead.
From his own words, he wanted to ensure that you have a meeting with Aiden Hussar, which we already promised, so I really don't understand what his problem was.
Perhaps that promise wasn't enough. Perhaps he saw something that I didn't. Are we actually going to go through with that deal of meeting Aiden Hassar, or is that all a lie?
We're still open to it.
Open, but not guaranteed. You've killed one of my strongest soldiers. They're no longer around because of your blade, your grit and determination. And I approve of such a barbaric nature. But also, I am a person of integrity. If I say I'm going to do something, it gets done.
And we can guarantee you a meeting if you guarantee that no more of this happens.
I'm not sure if that's enough, really.
Excuse me?
I feel like I need something else in return. Assurance that this is going to happen.
And where do we get our assurance that what happened at the mountain won't happen again?
Well, how about this? How about we put ourselves on a clock? How about we give ourselves a few days? And if that quota isn't met, then it's open season. But I love a contract. So how about we make this official? I know the perfect person who can help with that. Gilgamesh, you hear from upstairs, who was probably sitting and trying to enjoy a night to themselves, woken up and stirred awake, the
In
Triton
pajamas.
in PJs.
With a little nightcap on and
What do they
everything.
look like? Is there a little fish on it?
It's just goldfish on his PJs. You see the Triton with the fin that goes over to the side, patchy white greyish skin that has elements of purple and blue kind of blotches throughout. You see he kind of looks down. So, what's all this about then? I heard I was needed. Well, yes. You see, Gilgamesh has quite a nifty trick. You saw what they were able to do the other day. Well, earlier today, in fact. Just a small touch of their hand is enough to whittle away anything. I've seen him destroy even bone, skin, flesh in a matter of seconds. But he can also time it. He can have it go over a longer period of time. I think you understand where I'm going with this. An irrevertible thing, I mind you, because it's not something that others can do. No. This isn't a curse. This isn't a blessing. This is just something Gilgamesh does. He begins to walk down the stairs, and now he's on the same entranceway as the rest of you. So how about this? We have a contract through Gilgamesh. He will be our arbiter, our referee, to assure that both sides meet the recommendations and follow the bullet points down to the last moment. Fail to comply, and you'll wither away. Complete. And everything is reverted, and we all move on with a happy agreement. I'm happy to take this.
And
What
you
about the
believe
rest of
this
you?
is truly fair?
I'm risking
Yeah.
my life. I think it's fair.
I
It
would
won't
like
just
to
be one-sided.
feelies the air.
Okay. What's the feelings that you're looking for?
I know she's being dishonest somehow, but is she like frustrated with the situation, or is she giving the vibe of this is kind of how she hoped it would pan out? Like just trying to gauge her like intention, I guess, kind of.
I will say, through the emotions, the things you are getting from her is kind of a bit of a mix of everything. And as you get that thread, you get the sense of a psychopath. Someone who is outside, probably quite contained, quite kind of well put together. But inside, it's a stirring pot of emotions that could tip over at any point. And even her like gestures and discussions, the more she talks and mentions Gilgamesh and kind of brings this proposition forward, you can see her becoming more almost unhinged with every moment as she's kind of leaning into this insanity. I'm happy to take this deal. It'll risk my own life, but if I know that's the only course forward, then you leave me no option. Because I follow my word. That is all we have in this world.
Have we not followed ours? What have we done here that is dishonest to what we have told you?
It is less the dishonesty and more the caution that I'm taking. For one of my subordinates is dead. A trusted individual that perhaps saw something that I didn't. And I just can't let that escape me. So for me, I see no other course of action to take.
That disintegration thing that he does, would that be to all of us? Or just the one you're making a contract with? Or
Well, if it's that important, I feel like that's a choice that you should make. For me personally, I would say that only one of you need to take this. But also, how would you be able to decide? How would you
I will.
decide?
no, I think you should. I'm the one that got us into this, so I should be the one, probably.
Okay. Besides, don't
No.
you have Janet to look over?
Yeah, but don't you have parents to return to? And a brother to find?
Well,
Alicia's
my
just
brother is
thinking the
apparently
same.
happily married, and my family will do without me.
Alicia's just thinking in his head, stop naming family members they could have hurt in front of them, please.
I well, we only name dropped one. Anyway, yeah, okay.
You see, Fear speaks up. Well, I don't think it's very fair that only one of you takes it. One of my men's dead. I'd say two.
Technically.
So you will
Equal
take it
for
on as
equal.
well, Fear.
I'll do it for free.
Why is this guy freaky? Oh.
Very freaky, holy shit. That's a whole mood. I mean...
I can
yeah,
do it.
I guess. Dude, no! Stop! Why would you do it? You've barely been with this group for a fucking week. Chill out.
How?
Yes.
Seriously. It's better if it's me, okay?
No, No, in what way is it better?
Helen just dual like mind links with Cal and tells him to shut the fuck up.
It seems like even you don't know who to trust in your own group. You all have a bit of a inter-party conflict going on.
No,
trust
just
each
care about
other.
each other.
I don't think you get the correct vibe. Sorry.
I think you have some trust issues within your group, Maeve, perhaps. Considering what happened.
Oh no, I got rid of all of them by killing them in an explosion. Everyone that I have around me is well vetted. Because the rest of them are all dead, rotting, all thanks to Gilgamesh. I've seen firsthand what he can do. So, I know the cautions that I take, and I know the risks involved. There won't be anything left of us when this doesn't fall through. I go down and you go down. But if all works well, then we have our meeting with Aiden Hassar. And none of us are liars. None of us are deceivers. We're all us.
I thought that was your title.
Not one that I chose.
That's
The one that was given to me. One that fits, for sure. So who's stepping forward to take this agreement?
I guess Alicia and Olden.
Yep.
Which Cal does not look happy with, but okay.
And
If Cal makes an attempt at standing up or going forward, or is just going to gently push him back.
and how long should we put for this then? A day?
Hassar is a busy man. A day, even you know, is unreasonable.
Thought I'd try. I thought I'd even go for an hour to see how well you'd all do. How about 72 hours? 3 days.
You don't even know where he is.
Well, then enlighten me.
Start making more reasonable suggestions and perhaps
5 days.
I'd rather take a week, at least.
Then 5 is a compromise.
5 days. 5 days to save your life. A ticking clock. Lots can be done in 5 days. Gilgamesh, if you could. See, he looks at the 4 of you.
Before he does, to ensure that we stay within the time limit, we require transportation. Some of ours got destroyed.
He looks towards Fia. He then looks over the rest of you. I can get you transportation, no problem. Do you have any preference?
I think horses should do fine.
Sure. We'll get you some horses. I'll be sure to find the healthiest ones so that you make it out of this alive.
Sure.
Any other requests you may have?
How about the time limit starts after we leave vessel?
Another compromise. But I am just and fair. When you leave vessel, tomorrow, in the morning,
Helen would nod.
a long night's rest then, and then
Uninterrupted, I
restart.
hope.
Oh, I wouldn't want to get in the way of you succeeding and getting to where you need to and talking to Aiden Hassar, because that would be in my own detriment. That is why this works. That's why we talk and have conversations and make agreements. Because without them, we are just like the animals. We may as well just act and do, which I am not opposed to doing. 5 days starting tomorrow.
The way she's speaking, does Helen recognize it at all? I don't know if that's the right phrasing, but like her like manner of speech
Mm-hmm.
is like, I don't know. It's throwing me.
I think she's just insane, my guy. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Okay.
maybe.
Hey, look, if you had a thread that you wanted to pull on, you tell me. Tell me where you're
Yeah.
going with this.
Because obviously Helen's met a lot of like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs people because she
Yeah.
grew up in the Fae.
Yeah.
And the way she's speaking is not that kind of crazy, but we've also recently met / had experience with a fair number of people who were like fairly corrupted by stuff, as well as that the woman that we met at the very beginning, who we're kind of going back to now, kind of the way she kind of spoke as well with what Helen knows, like, does this sound like that kind of, like there are things itching in your brain kind of crazy, like she's kind of now put together with her and her stepmother probably
Right.
towards the tail end of that.
I'd like you to roll an Arcana check.
I hate this -3. Never mind.
Let's go!
Intelligence bill, baby.
There is something. There is something, a thread. It's probably why you felt so many emotions coming from her. There's something not right with her. Not in the classical sense. There is something else. There is something other that is going on here. She has either been influenced or she feels this way because of something. You can't pinpoint what specifically, but there's something on her. Something that you can't see but just feel. Is there anything you want to do with that, Helen?
The devil on your shoulder. Do it.
You mean the fucking book in my pocket that wants to collect things?
Ah, yes. I am. Do it. Do it, Helen. Do it.
Because he said to me specifically about the demons, but it. Oh, this is like a horrifically bad idea.
Do it.
Banana is like, fucking do it.
That's low. Okay. So I'm trying to recall specifically. You said to open it and basically he'd nick them when they were like downed almost, right?
Something.
But if I just fucking open it, it's gonna fucking do some random shit, and
Correct.
we're still in the middle of this city.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Robbie and I were texting before we went into this conversation. We were like, boy, if we die because of this, blah, blah, blah. No, never mind. We're going to die because Helen is going to kill all of us.
No!
What's
No!
the plan, Brooke?
I'm trying
What is
to.
it?
I want to
What
do
is there-
some.
Is there something someone else wants to do whilst Brooke is thinking?
Good question.
I spent the entire conversation glaring at people.
And I mean, yeah, Cal is actually also just taking up. He's not too afraid anymore, mostly because it's now been taken over by anger. So he's just glaring at Maeve. He's especially pissed that she's making his friends do stupid shit. That's his thing. He's supposed to be the stupid one. Why are his friends not doing stupid things?
Yeah, we're trying to unlock the eye bite spell through sheer force of will.
Checking in with Nebula, like, hello, matron, am I about to fucking die?
We've said that she can't speak in your head. It's like a physical appearance, right? So
I did sense her feelings before in the
yeah,
ship.
feelings. Yeah, she's like, what the fuck are you doing?
That's some specific feelings.
I
think she's fucking crazy. Get out of there. This is like your mum looking at you, interacts with kids, and like, oh, they're having fun. No, the kid's now bashing their head against the wall. Okay, please get out of there. That's not a kid I want you to hang out with anymore. That's it. Goodbye.
Mom, call their mom. What the fuck?
Helen would just kind of look at her and just. So once this is set, it can't be altered, and once its terms are fulfilled, it'll fizzle away.
Pretty much, yes.
What's the vibe on Gilgamesh? Like, what's he feeling? Is this
You
just
see
like
he
his day
looks-
job?
You see, he looks tired. He's just like, he doesn't want to be there.
He was woken up from his beauty sleep.
He's still got his PJs on.
Okay. But he seems like loyal to her.
You got from the conversations at the dinner table that they're on a playing ground that is fairly equal. She fears him, and he was there to try and do business. So there's kind of like this awkward middle ground where, even though you weren't there for the full conversation as a group, you don't know what happened behind the scenes. For the most part, it seems like they are just helping each other out. Which that loyalty isn't like do or die, you know?
Yeah.
But for him, this is just a transaction. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. I don't really care. I don't know these guys. If they want to die, they die. This is their choice.
Okay.
Well, decision's made. Gilgamesh, if you will, begin the process. Well, there ain't much to do, so it's mostly just gonna be me shaking your hand. Who's first? I can do 2 at a time. That makes things easier. And he holds
Don't
his
say
hands
it,
out.
Robbie. Don't say it.
Don't say it, Robbie. He puts his hands out for one of your group to shake it, and you see he presents his to Maeve as well.
Helen would grab his hand.
Oh, hey! Can we stop her?
Bro,
You can try to.
I will.
Yep.
Okay.
No.
That will be a contested athletics acrobatics check to see who's the first to touch his hand.
Okay.
I will say, and that one is pretty bad, guys. So
Okay, I would have meant like pushing her hand away, not
yeah.
going to grab it.
I know.
Okay, good start. Okay,
We're doing 2 at a time, because Ulrin's doing it anyway. Helen's trying to step in for Alessio, not for Ulrin.
Yeah, well, I'm knocking your hand away.
Okay. Helen, you see Alessio interject you. The 2 of you have a moment of a squabble. What's next?
I have a question.
While they're doing that, I'm already shaking his hand.
I do shake his hand, but I have my gloves on.
Well, wait a sec. Because you both
Yeah.
rolled 15.
Well, he put 2 hands out. No?
Oh, but as
Yeah,
well,
one for me.
Ulrin, your athletics check is -3, isn't it?
Yeah, good point.
I'm
That's above.
confused. Are we doing 2 people or 1?
No, you're doing one
No.
for your group and then one for the others.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
That's
right.
how it's presented.
Yeah, right now it's Maeve doing 1 and then us doing 1.
Yeah. So, Alicia, you intersect Helen to try and stop her, but then Ulrin jumps in and shakes the hand. Ulrin, as soon as you shake his hand, your hair grows stark white. You feel your arm shrivel slightly, and your vision kind of blurs for a moment as almost like this parallax of vision. You see like 4 versions of him, and then all of them zoom out as the room stretches closer, and then you kind of readjust, slightly shaken. You're not sure what happened, and you see Maeve do the same, and she kind of has the same motions. Her hair goes stark white. You see some of her features kind of grow slightly gaunter, and she also kind of like takes a moment and stumbles. Who's next?
Wait, does it stay white?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Not my hair!
Bobby's like, I'm not ready to make that sacrifice.
My blue hand, no.
Blue?
Yeah.
Is it basically
Mine is blue.
Yeah,
Mine
that's
is
what
blue,
I'm
but he
saying.
didn't
Yeah.
shake it yet.
No, I'm just saying that you're like
He's not
panicked.
reconsidering.
Is he? At this point, everyone's fucking recognizing for his sketch. Fucking might as well. 'Cause
Gilgamesh shakes both of
This
the
is a
hands.
bonus.
All right. Next up, 2 more. And he just looks over to the others. This time, he pulls his hand back from both Alicia and Helen. I prefer if one of you step forward rather than getting in the way of each other's attempt. As noble as it is, I prefer not to get someone else caught in the crossfire.
Alicia
If
looks
Alicia-
at Helen.
If Alessio wants it that badly, Helen will just let him do it.
Oh yeah, I would love to get disintegrated. I just,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, Helen, from Helen's perspective, she tried. And Helen would kind of look at him again with the like, you want this? Like, do you really want it that badly? Like, kind of like expression.
Can I ask this? Can Helen roll a insight check on Alicio to the expression he gives her?
I mean, Helen can see a little bit what you're feeling. So why is Alicio fighting for this?
What's
Well,
the
what is
emotion
bro-
that's going through Alicio's mind?
Yeah, why?
How the fuck do I describe this in an emotion?
Aside from just like being noble, like what is he like?
Is he fearful?
Is this just like
is he courageous?
yeah, is this
Is he...
Yeah, she's basically trying to figure out, is this like a self-sacrificing thing?
Not. I mean, he does want to protect you, but it's not a self-sacrificing thing. How do I describe? Max, I'm gonna need your help.
Oh, shit.
I don't know how the fuck do I describe this.
What is
it?
I'm ready for the wall of text. Fuck.
Literally not.
Okay. You see it is more of a... I'd say...
See? How
What-
the fuck do I describe
What you
this?
what you perceive, Helen, is not a self-preservation, but an understanding that you are better off than they are. In the grand scheme of things, through the emotions that Alicio feels, there is just this sense of, I'll take it. It's fine.
Helen had let him then.
Okay. Alicio, do you take the hand?
I do.
You take the hand. The glove completely fizzles out.
No, my glove. I could have taken it off, bitch.
You could have, but he doesn't give a shit.
No,
You're now
I
Michael
didn't.
Jacksoning it. You're now Michael Jackson with one glove.
He freaks out a bit at his gloves being removed.
That's the least of your problems. As you feel the world shake around you, in an instant flash, you see the same thing as described before, and your stomach is almost dropped from the inside out. Your hair turns pitch white. There is almost a slight undertone of like a faded blue in there as well, as if it's been drenched of all color. And even your skin as well goes slightly paler, as you have fairly dark skin. You just feel the weight that you carried around with you before amplified 100 times. The injuries that you had previously sustained just through life, you feel them burdened further, and everything is just more of a struggle. Unfortunately, maybe it wasn't the best idea to go for it in your circumstances. Everything that hurts more, pretty much. And you see Fear. He takes the hand, grasps it. Even he stumbles a little bit, but you see he just kind of like takes it 100 yards stare, and then just kind of stands back up. Gilgamesh puts his hands together. Well, I guess my job's done here. 5 days, as I understand it.
From tomorrow.
Hopefully I'll make it to 5 days.
Wait,
What happens if you don't?
What happens if you don't?
Well, I'm the only one that can undo it. We're locked in now. See you on the other
Sunday
side.
campaign, don't kill.
Yeah, I swear to God, don't kill him in the next 5 days. I swear to God.
He goes back upstairs. You are left, the 6 of you down below. Maeve will kind of look down at her hands and then look down at the rest of you, her hair flowing past her shoulders with grey now in it. Well, I guess that's it then. 5 days starting tomorrow. Fia, if you could please get their carriage and any supplies that they may need for the journey. We don't want to waste any time now. Certainly. I'll gather your supplies and ready them for tomorrow. Will you be joining us tonight and staying in our lovely abode?
No, no, thank you. That won't be necessary.
Helen would raise her hand and goes, I'll take you up on the offer.
I feel like everyone turns around to Helen and be like, no, the
Yep.
fuck you're not.
Or doesn't even
Ellen.
seem to have the energy to, like, obviously disagree, just stares in disbelief.
Orin's like a sack of muscle on the ground going, no, stop.
I just sacrificed myself. Why would you bother?
Oh, I swear to God. Okay,
Alicia's
fine.
gonna look
Okay,
at Helen
sure.
and
Yeah,
try
let's
to
just-
figure out if she has a plan or not, or if she's just being
Dramatic.
not I don't want to say dumb, but like if she's just being reckless. Does he see anything from her?
She's smiling, like she's like seems
That tells
gladly
me
to be
nothing.
taking up this offer.
You see, Maeve looks you over. Well, you are more than welcome. You have the rooms upstairs, the same ones you were in before. I think I might need a little lie down. Good night, all of you. I would suggest you all rest up now, whilst you have the time. But again, you can sleep when you're dead, so...
Alright, let's leave. Let's leave Helen
Alicia
to
looks
her
cranky as
drama
fuck.
and let's just... yep.
Okay. All of you leave except for Helen. Helen stays. The three of you head where? Heading back to the inn, the
Yeah,
tavern?
tavern.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Bed.
Okay.
Man, Alicia's mixed struggling.
Cal is going to offer again. He can take.
Oh, he's too proud. He's
He's
like, I took the deal. I won't do it.
I swear to God, if you faint on the street, I am going to carry you back, and you can't fight
I
me on this.
won't faint, Cal.
It would have been super interesting if all of you guys somehow ended up having to make this deal and just have a party of old fucks just trying to like defeat demons would be hilarious.
Well, it's just for 5 days. We technically can't Richter get his eye tomorrow, and it's gone, right?
Hopefully.
Technically.
Okay. You head back to the rooms. Is there anything you guys wish to discuss between yourselves before I jump over to Helen to see what the fuck she's doing?
What do you mean?
I have an idea.
Oren would chime in. I better inform Richter of how the talks went.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will be. in my room.
Do you mean to go find him? We don't even know where he is.
Oh, no, I was going to use a spell for that.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm gonna go to bed.
I will be in my room if
Great,
you need
nice.
me.
I can finally cuddle with Janet now that everyone knows she exists. And he's gonna summon Janet and cuddle up with her and go to bed.
Okay. You begin to rest. Olrin, you use your standing message. What do you say? You're muted,
Hmm?
Arne, if you're trying to talk.
No, I'm not muted. I'm just thinking.
Thinking, yeah, sure. Whilst you're thinking, we'll jump over to Robbie.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What's Alicio doing? Crawls into bed. He's literally like a stick.
No. Okay, no. He was putting up a tough face, but as soon as those doors are closed again, flops onto his bed,
Mhm.
curls up, trying to grit his way through pain, trying to close his eyes, try to fall asleep.
Okay.
Thinking about like, what the these assholes! I told them so, and now I have to deal with this shit.
You didn't have to deal with shit. You could have let me take it. I'm fucking healthy. Okay, I'm healthy as fuck.
I'm talking about talking
Please,
to
really
Maeve in
God.
general. We could have just left. Also, you're not there, so shut up.
That was not a character.
Alicia, as you're laying in bed trying to recover, you feel the hands of Nebula just brush through your hair, brush down the side of your neck, and just try and soothe the pain. But unfortunately, not even her touch can do anything to stop this. You feel the pain just amplified tenfold, and you see she is just perplexed. She's lost for words, unable to say anything to help you because she does not understand what you have just gone through. She cannot perceive, she cannot fathom what cursed or energy this is to have aged you so rapidly and to put you on a clock that she is just left there speechless. But you rest.
He feels at least like emotionally comforted by her presence.
I'm trying.
He like forces his eyes closed, try to sleep.
Okay. That she can kind of help with. She can help try and like get you to sleep faster. For Olrin, have you got a message yet?
Yep.
Okay, go for it.
Talks are finished. We have 5 days starting tomorrow to get her an audience. Or 2 of us are dead.
Message comes back. Well, at least you made it through a conversation. We have been under some eyes. We have had to run away. A few creatures were following us. And as well, the guards were out trying to find something. But luckily, we were quiet. We'll see you in the morning. That's it. That's the message.
Having done pretty much dealt with all his responsibilities for the day, Orin is just basically deflating at a visible pace.
Whoopee cushion. Onto the bed. Okay. The 3 of you try to regain your sleep once again. It is like 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's been quite a fucking day still. But it's not over yet. Brooke, what the fuck are you doing?
Woo! Helen's after everyone so Fear leaves to get the carriage and everyone kind of wanders off. Helen would follow her back into, I guess, the residency part of the establishment, kind of as everyone's leaving, and just kind of sidle up like next to her and just goes, if I could trouble you for some night clothes and a bath before I head off, I can't be bothered to walk all the way back and then back here again.
Not a problem. And you see she guides you. Her residence is slightly different from where you are. You are located upstairs in like the temple-y area to the god of the skies, the Kurthain Immortal. But down below, behind a large door, is where she rests and has her abode kind of outfitted. She lets you in. She follows you through. And you see a very well decorated sort of space. But you notice a few skulls located on the ceiling, perched and looking down. fresh as skulls can be, all staring towards the bed, which is in the center. You see a mirror on one side, a clothes kind of partition to get dressed without people seeing. And you see she goes behind. Just one moment, and I will get those for you. Just take a seat. Enjoy the decorations.
Helen would sit down. As she's doing this, does this room look like it's decorated for the two of them, or is this like her room?
It looks like there's a king-size bed in the center. It looks like perhaps the two of them stay here. If it weren't those two, then maybe she has multiple partners that she brings in, but it's unsure. But you see her kind of wander behind the partition to get you some clothing. If you could just roll a perception check as you're looking around the room.
Helen will kind of shrug off her jacket and like kind of start undoing like a few pieces of her like chest pieces and just kind of letting it hang down, just like undressing a little bit, and just as she kind of relaxes and just like loosens down and just kind of the hang off this, just like real, so as she's just relaxing and like letting, air quotes, letting her hair down.
Okay. Also roll that perception check.
Yeah.
Okay, even with a -3. Very good.
Helen will be looking for spirals just in case.
Well, as you are sat there, just kind of taking in the space around you, there is almost a wellspring of emotion that you can feel around the skulls. The skulls themselves that are looking above, you can almost feel the last remnants of emotion that was set in them, and that was betrayal and fear. An instant kind of flash that had stayed with them and had been left in their skulls as almost like a atomic flash and a burning of a shadow in them. You just feel the last sentiment that they had. But a lot of that is diminished. And you can almost see the trail of light that they give off in your vision that you can see, that they all kind of go up into the air. As she's getting clothing for you, you see on occasion the reflection in the mirror that's there. And she disrobes as she begins to get into something else. And for a moment you see she kind of is looking on in her new, almost shriveled appearance due to the effects of this agreement that was made. You hear her just say, "It is quite interesting that you chose to stay here and not join the rest of your friends. Why was that?"
Well, I wanted to get a chance to chat. Plus, the gray suits you.
Was it just chat that you wanted? Or was there something more?
Helen would kind of just like shrug off kind of the last of her armor and just lie it down and goes, guess I'm admiring the decorations.
You see she goes beside the partition, fully naked, and she'll just say, "Is there anything else that you admire?"
I have an appreciation for people with a lot of passion for life.
You see, she's a blue tiefling, head to toe, but she has had red clay markings, the opposite of what the Fire Ganassi have had, like tattoo marks across her body. But for the most part, they're chalk, red chalk, and they go down across, and she's a nice-looking woman. I'd like you just to roll an Arcana check. Okay. How does Helen feel in this moment?
I mean, she's in this moment, she's very much like this is what she was going for, so she just kind of feels, I guess, maybe accomplished isn't quite the right word, but she's like smirking. She's, you know, very much got the, like, she's the trickstery is starting to come through a little bit more. Her hair is probably curling a little bit more, kind of eyes going maybe slightly more square pupiled, kind of. She's trying to lean into the crazy.
Okay. Well, you see, she begins to walk over to you. And she'll just grab the side of your hand and just begin to lead you up. I think we might have a little bit more in common, do you think?
Should follow along with it goes. Perhaps we do.
Okay.
And this whole time, she's just like, all the like synapses in her brain are just like itching and scratching for like all the crazy ass sentiment that was like coming off of her.
Mm-hmm. You just see passion now in full force.
Helen would follow her.
Okay. She guides Helen to the large bed, and an evening begins to take place. It is only in the fits of passion that elements of the arcane that you were on the cusp of seeing and feeling comes into full fruition.
Mm.
How does Helen feel in this moment?
Passion, definitely, and should be, I guess, she's, the best way I can kind of put it is the kind of Fey influence is definitely taking over, and it's like she's getting almost like a fix of just this super, because she's grew up in this, heightened, just super charged almost, just like she's still very, like she went in here with two goals, and so she's still she's focused and to maybe try and get a picture on whatever that other influence was, both out of her like personal curiosity for shit like this and more of a like strategic thing.
Sure,
so she's
yes.
very into it, but she does have slightly ulterior motives.
Let's go.
Helen is not just Heisenberg and the Terminator, but she is also James Bond somehow. In the throes, in the moments of passion, that flicker sparks as emotion wells up, and you see elements of the red chalk which had surrounded her body, parts of it interconnect with a red glow.
Mm.
And where it was patchy before, now you see it in full show. A spiral-like tattoo.
Yeah, there we
in
go.
center of her chest.
Motherfucker! I fucking knew it! I called that shit! Okay, yeah.
And
Helen would...
that's- Yeah, go on.
No, Helen would note that, but not basically just like in that way where you like spot a birthmark somewhere where you maybe hadn't seen it before, and
No.
like, yeah, but not do anything about it. Just kind of mental note, then continue.
Okay. That's the end of the session as Helen fucks, I guess. Jesus Christ.
Bro, what the heck? Man, what about the bro code? Man, bros over hoes, what are you doing? Just kidding.
This is for the bros. This is for the bros.
Oh, shit. Hoes for the
I-
bros? Damn. I
Yes,
didn't
hose
think
for the bros.
expecting
Hose
that.
for the bros, guys. Come on.
when you gotta fuck the information out of them, I guess. What the hell?
How else are you going to find that info? Book.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. As-
Imagine you're that book, though.
It's like, huh? Huh? Well, there we go. That's today's session. Helen bangs.
That happened.
Two people get old as fuck. And
Keep
then
your
there's
friends
Carl.
close, but your enemies closer, I guess. What the fuck?
Getting hot and steamy in here. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
But there we are. Thank you very much for watching today's session. A very interesting one, to say the least. Could have gone a lot of different ways. Could have gone
Yeah.
many different ways.
Definitely different near the end.
But I was like, when are they going to find out that she's like a part of this? I was just waiting, just holding on to that one. And then you're
So,
asking the right questions.
I adore that we don't even Hazard doesn't even need to tell us where the demons are. We're just like, oh, found one, found another one. That's
Well,
not
run
She's-
into one again.
She's not a demon because
Yeah.
just as a heads up. But anyway.
So, like, we get an audience with Aiden, and then we didn't say what kind of audience. Maybe it's in a gladiator fucking stadium, and we beat her up. We never specified. She didn't put it in
An
the
audience
contract.
with death. Good day, madam. But there we are.
We've arranged a meeting between you, Hussar, and my fist.
Bye bye. Kapunk.
Helen, stop kissing that woman. Come on, get over here. Join us as well.
We'll get you other woman,
baffled.
goddammit.
Jesus Christ. Well, anyway,
I love
thanks for
that it was,
joining.
like, bye. I love that it was
The
after
reason this one's
the
called
fact
Dead
that
to
she grew
Chaos.
old.
Fucking chaotic bullshit.
Oh.
What is happening?
I guess
We're really
Helen
living
likes
up to the name.
Gilfs, I guess.
Yeah,
Yep. Chaos
clearly.
Red.
Oh, Jesus.